Hopefully you guys are having an amazing day. XRP is at around 46 cents, guys. What's about to happen next? Look at Bitcoin fluctuating very heavily at this point in time. Tomorrow is what? The FOMC meeting? And it's about to be pretty crazy. Jim Cramer says Bitcoin will shrivel up and die soon, guys. I mean, so Jim plays the fool, right? The role of the fool, which means that he plays, there are some truth to what he says, but at the same time, it's false, right? So with this statement right here, it's false because I believe Bitcoin and every other crypto will pump heavily, guys, right? Before the collapse. Then it truly dies. Do you guys see what I mean, right? It's not something. It sure is. And the crypto bull market begins. It's time. At the same time, Bitcoin going to $1 million following First Republic collapse, says BitMEX founder. Now, there's a lot of different opinions out here, guys. There has been more bank failures. We're going to be talking about that in the next video, guys. But Bitcoin to $1 million, definitely not. You guys already know the game plan. I was thinking 90K is going to be the top. But if they want to lure as many people as possible, then they'll make it go to the six-figure range, right? If that's the case, guys, then you guys know how bad the collapse will be, right? So let's prepare. Now, guys, we're starting from part of XRP in the XRP community. Now, this is quite interesting. From Danny B. As we see, happy May 1st to all. Yesterday, on this day, 247 years ago, the Illuminati was founded, guys. 24 hours times 7 days a week, right? Now, there's a resemblance here to this image from David Schwartz Patton, right? And this right there. So, now this image is the maypole, guys, as you guys can see. But now, check this out. Maypole dancing is a tradition on May Day, right? It is believed to have started in Roman Britain around 2,000 years ago, guys, when soldiers celebrated the arrival of spring by dancing around decorated trees thanking their goddess Flora, guys. Wow, right? Spring. Not to mention, is this truly why? Look at this. They were founded on May 1st as well, guys, right? On May Day. Is this truly why BG123's calendar shows the sun shining behind May, right? Isn't that something, guys? It seems like it ties in together. Very fascinating indeed. At the end of the day, guys, does it all tie in back to the occult? It sure seems like it does. Why? Eclipse season is almost over. After May 5th, the chaos will die down, right? Meaning, guys, today there has been so much happening. Already in the beginning of May, you can't make this stuff up. There's so much, guys. Expect entertaining market events around lunar eclipse May 5th. And this is why we must prepare for May 5th, guys, because it's truly the eclipse.
Don't be surprised if under the lunar eclipse in Scorpio on May 5th, there's financial market volatility and very disruptive events in the world, particularly as they relate to the crypto market with fallout or more information around FTX. This is because this is the final full round of eclipses in Scorpio and Taurus. And a year ago when that occurred, we had a lot of the Celsius things come out. 6 months later in October, November 2022, we had FTX uncovered and a lot of that fallout being shown. And now 6 months later is the lunar eclipse, or the ending to what would have begun 6 months ago with that solar eclipse that showed all that with FTX. So don't be surprised if there's information that comes out, if some more things are full circle, or if more contagion is uncovered as it relates to those actions. It doesn't look like anything worse or anything that's going to be, I mean, technically it might be out of nowhere with like, I mean, what do we individually know about behind the scenes stuff? But I wouldn't say it looks any worse or any more shocking. In fact, it doesn't look any more shocking, but it does look like the final chapter tagging onto that.
It sure does look shocking because there are more banks about to collapse, guys, right? And things are not looking good at all. But she was talking about how it connects with FTX, right? The debacle that took place back then. But there's a lot of things happening, guys, around this specific date, right? Check this out. There are no coincidences. Again, it ties into this right here.
Okay, here's why I think it's a little weird that the coronation date is set for May 6, 2023. So eclipses in early history were associated with rulers. According to Babylonian scholars, eclipses could foretell the death of a king, and lunar eclipses in particular were times of great concern for the current king in power, to the point where they would hold elaborate sacrificial rituals in order to protect the king. So during these rituals, the king would symbolically abdicate the throne, and someone would be chosen to impersonate him during the eclipse and then later killed in order to save the true king. So historically, this is a ritual date, and it wouldn't surprise me at all if something significant happened during the coronation or within the royal family during that time.
There you guys go, right? Lunar eclipses are quote unquote bad for kings, guys. This is how you guys know there will definitely be, basically guaranteed, an external event that will be very important, guys, right? To the macro economic situation, possibly the macro external events, which will tie everything all together, right? It's crazy because people are now saying, let's prepare, guys. Now, it's funny because Mr. Poole, this ties in with Mr. Poole, of course, right? Mr. Poole posted back in 2722 Eclipse. The timestamp is 8/19 over there, right? The date for this Poole post was 9/18/21. So 9/18 connects with 8/19, right? It's interchangeable or mirrored back and forth, right? What do we see here with these pictures? Destruction awaits. As you guys can see, right, the all-seeing eye. And then down here, people are shocked watching some type of news event, guys, right? So this ties in with the news, perhaps, somehow, guys. I don't know. This is really weird and odd and strange because does this tie in with what? The eclipse that's about to take place on May 5th, right? Possibly, guys. Possibly. Let's prepare. This post is 100% for this Friday, which is 3/23, right? So, which is May 5th. Another connection, right? 3/23 right here from Mr. Poole. 3 times 23 equals 69, which is eclipse, right? Timestamp is 11:05. 11 times 5 is 55, which is May 5th, guys. 5 and 5. Poland. Are those submarines I see? Initiate, right? This is crazy, guys. Wow. This is all what? This is all rituals and important events, guys, because initiate 9/11. Why does Mr. Poole post a lot of these tweets, guys, right? 11:06, 9/11. I don't get it. What do you guys think? Endemic doesn't mean what you think it does. Right? Now, if we go to this next tweet, 11/6, 9/11 initiate destruction emergency. Now, if we go to this next tweet, check this out, guys. When I say that we have seen nothing yet compared to what could be, believe me, right? Exactly, guys. Everything can be flipped on its head in the blink of an eye. Don't you see? Right? Things are, guys. Look how this situation is accelerating, right? At one point in time, will there be a scare event, which will be what? A nuclear event, guys, right? Things can be flipped on its head at any point in time, guys. That's the thing. Right, look at this. I feel their fear. They thought it was a nuclear bomb, right? But one day, what if it was? But I'm pretty sure there wouldn't be nukes going off, guys, right? Because if it did, the world will be decimated. But there will probably be a scare event. Now, at the same time, when we talk about eclipse season, right? What do we have here? United States Pluto return. The economy is a powder keg primed to detonate imminently. As an astrological financial analyst, I recently observed two alarming events that seemingly defy the basic principles of economics. One, the collapse and receivership of another regional bank, right? A lot of bank stuff happening, guys. Let me zoom this in so we could see it more clear. And two, the relentless rise in equity prices despite economic turmoil. Exactly, guys, right? How is there a crisis taking place but things are moving up like stocks and cryptos, right? Again, the world is flipped on its head, guys. We talked about this so many times before. Look what happened back in 2020. What happened? After that, things started to go up like nothing, like never before, right? Everything did, actually. Well, they were printing, so that's why. But again, this is weird, guys. We said this before, actually, that things will go have a final leg up, guys, before the collapse takes place. The United States Pluto return, a rare astrological occurrence happening once every 248 years, heightens the gravity of these events and the potential for cataclysmic shifts in our financial landscape. Again, It's what, guys? Financial, right? This ties in with the heavens above, guys. It definitely does, guys. Let's prepare. The bank's collapse stemmed from lost confidence, akin to Silicon Valley Bank's predicament when announcing the probable need to sell billions in assets. However, the soaring equity prices can be attributed to a distorted market psychology, a lingering effect of 15 years of reckless monetary policy, and lax financial regulations. The coexistence of these two events, with markets seemingly ignoring or overlooking the collapse of another bank, is chilling. This dissonance intensifies when considering that since March, 5 major banks have failed: Silicon Valley, Silvergate, Signature Bank, Credit Suisse, and now First Republic. And not to mention, there are more in the next video today, guys. Prepare. Right? Things, again, guys, we are so near to the collapse. You don't even understand how close we are, but we're so close. Navigating the naysay's Pluto return, we must acknowledge that the stock market isn't synonymous with the economy, and their movements aren't always linked. The current disconnect between equity markets and economic reality challenges the core tenets of economic and free markets. However, the credit default swap market appears more aware of this situation, right? This whole strange event occurrence that's happening right now. The simultaneous bank collapse and unyielding rise in equity prices, amplified by the naysay's Pluto return, expose a terrifying disconnect between market trends and the broader economic reality. As we traverse these transformative times, the economy resembles a powder keg, simmering and poised to detonate at any moment. Exactly, which means basically the collapse, guys, right, of the entire financial system. What happens? It's going to unleash an apocalypse, basically, right? Literally, guys. Literally. Let's prepare. Look at this. Wow. Interesting. Every time this shot up, guys, right? This chart, this line right here, look what happened. A crisis. Right? Every single time. Isn't that interesting? We're getting very close, guys, to the collapse. Let's prepare. Now, if fancy for today's concern Papa Cooks, isn't it odd? In 2020, I would always say by 3 day come. In 2023, everything is happening. What are the odds? The eyes are useless when the mind is blind. Exactly, guys, right? 1, 2, 3. Which year could we be in? I don't know, guys, but possibly 2023, right? So it's crazy because, guys, banking crisis is trending. Let's prepare for the next video today. Why? Because it's about to get pretty crazy. Not financial face. But anyways, that's all, guys. Amazing it is. See ya.